Hey guys, it's currently Tuesday. It was just a long weekend because we had Thanksgiving here in Canada. So we went to visit all my in-laws as well as my mom, and that was a great weekend. Christian and I broke a bed, but it's not what you think, okay? It's not what you're thinking. That bed was only used for sleeping. It broke at 3 in the morning. It was a Murphy bed, and it was so loud when it broke. It was scary. And I was struggling so hard to fall asleep before that I was just starting to actually doze off when it broke, and then I was awake for the entire rest of the night. So I had maybe 1 hour of interrupted sleep where I was like half awake the whole time. So that was nice. But I had a 1 hour nap later in the morning, so then I was good to go. But yeah, family visits, good food, card games, the usual. And we just came back yesterday, and I managed to get some work done after we got back. I was working on packing up some orders and then also pinning enamel pins because the enamel pins were delivered shortly before we left. I've got more Halloween cats, and then I'm restocking Luna Moth again. So I did the initial order, then I did one restock, and now this is a second restock of Luna Moth. I think the first restock was 300 Lunas, and this is another 300. But with Halloween cats, I ordered 500 for the restock, so a little higher. Both of these are pins I want available in my store for a little while, like a couple years would be ideal. So yes, there will be more pin prep in this vlog, just prep in general for the zip up restock, which is happening on Friday. So I need to photograph the zips because there are 2 new colors that were not previously available. There's a military green and then a forest green. So I need photos of the new ones, and I also want to photograph those magnetic backings for the pins to get those in, the rad backs. I want those up on the site, and I want to create some kind of little packaging for them. And yeah, the pins, what else was there? I probably should have written a list. Oh yeah, things like the barcoding. I gotta make barcodes for things like the zips. The B grade pins I think don't have barcodes. I think A grade Luna Moths also don't have barcodes right now. And then of course the rad backs, so that will have to be done. And Christian's parents are currently visiting us right now, even though we were just visiting them because they were in town for an appointment and it's early in the morning, and so they're spending the night here and they're helping out with some stuff around the house. Our dishwasher has been broken, and so we bought a new one at Costco when we were in Medicine Hat, and Christian's dad has a truck, so they could drive the dishwasher up for us, because even if we got the dishwasher here in Calgary, we don't have a truck to bring it back in, and I don't think it would fit upright in our little Volkswagen Golf. So yeah, they drove that up here for us and took out the old dishwasher. Christian and his dad took all of our cardboard to the recycling place, and now they're going again, but this time to the dump to bring the old dishwasher and just other garbage that we have. And when they're back, we'll put in the new dishwasher, hook it up. I don't know if they're blowing out the sprinklers today. Maybe they are, because if you live in a cold climate like here, you gotta blow air through your sprinkler system to push all the water out. Otherwise the water will freeze in the little pipes, the little tubes. And when water freezes, it expands and it can burst your pipes. So we gotta blow them out with air. I don't know if they're doing that today or not, because Christian could technically do it himself. But other than that, we'll just chill, play more cards or something. We're gonna go out for supper. So I really don't know how much that I'm gonna film today, if anything. I just figured I would at least do the intro. And right now I'm gonna get to some emails. I finally got my updated contract for Canada Post, so I'm gonna sign that so I can get cheaper shipping rates. Because I have a very high volume of US and international, so they're bumping me to the cheapest, the best tier for US and international. For Canadian shipments, I don't get the best rate because I hardly get any Canadian orders. I mean, they're there. I wouldn't say hardly any, but by percentage, it's 10% of my orders. Here's the state of things up here. This is the new dishwasher. Ooh, ooh la la. It even has the top rack. Whoa. Here's where it's gonna go. I cleaned up under there and under the sink. That's completely empty. This light's been on this whole time. I guess I could shut that off. What's going on, Kiki? Kiki is investigating. Oh, of course she's sniffing the tape. Adhesives. No, baby, no. Hey. I can hear the fountain trickling, so I went to fill it up and then I remembered our water's turned off. We have no water right now. Because for some reason, there's only a valve for the cold water, not the hot water, and so we just turned off our main water line. Oh, that's dripping. There we go. I'm awaiting Kiki's inspection report. I just realized I was not recording. I was just saying how I might as well work on some pins till everyone gets back here because it's an activity I can easily start and stop. But also, I got the results for my biopsies. I got the call this morning and I already knew the results because I looked them up online beforehand. So the one on the back of my arm was just like a lentigo thing. It's just like a sunspot, liver spot, whatever. Just like a permanent freckle. It did look weird because it was brown with a black center, but it came back fine. And then the thumb came back as a wart. I never would have suspected that was a wart. It was there for so long and it was under the skin. Like, it was not on the surface, it was below the skin, which I didn't realize they could look like that. And I asked if we needed to do anything about it and they said it was fine because the biopsy got it out. And I was like, well, it was bigger than the biopsy area, so it didn't get all of it. And they said that if it starts to grow or anything, then I can call them because my referral to the dermatologist is good for 1 year. So if it looks concerning to me, I can contact them. But hopefully the biopsy removal was enough to kill it. It's actually healing kind of nicely now. It wasn't at first because once the stitches came out, it opened back up. But the inside healed over, and then I was left with these 2 loose flaps of skin that were just completely dry and crusty. I mean, they weren't that crusty because I keep putting ointment on it and that re-moisturizes it, but that skin was not gonna heal back down. I left it for like over a week, and this morning I was like, I'm getting rid of this skin finally. So I used nail clippers to cut the excess skin off. So now it just looks like a little crater. There's like the new skin, which is on a lower level, and then my old skin around it is like, you can see the thickness of it. It's like 2 completely different levels of skin. So it's probably gonna scar, but I don't really mind because there already was a brown spot there all these years. So I'm used to there being something there. I don't care if it scars. The arm one might scar too. It's still so pink. So we'll see how that goes. But yay for good results. Everything's good, everything's fine. I'm just glad I finally got this thing looked at because it's been so long and it was starting to bother me. So yeah, I guess let's get back to pins. So for the pins, yesterday I went through 2 bags of Lunamoths. There's 50 per bag, so I got through 100, and this is my A to B ratio. 50 A's to 0 B's for both bags. I've never had that happen before. I've never had 0 B grades, and it happened twice in a row. So this could be a really good batch of pins. And then the kitties, they're kind of the usual. Well, it's actually a little higher than my usual, but they were a little higher last time too, so they're the same as last time, so as expected. I had 38 A's to 11 B's. That's 1 short of 50 because I set one aside, but that's high. Usually I would have around 10 to 15 B grades per 100. So that is a little high. I only went through 1 bag so far though. And the one I set aside, like usually I don't count the back as part of the grading system. I'm just unsure about this one. I was thinking I could just keep it for myself because on the front it's an A grade. It's actually a very nice one. But on the back it's got all of this. If there's a little bit of stuff on the back, I just don't care. Back does not count for grading, but this is just kind of big. And I was like, you know what? I only have one of these set aside for myself, so maybe I should take this one. And so that first bag of kitty pins is not quite done. I still need to finish all this up. Usually I stick these on as I pin them, but I was wearing the gloves to try to reduce fingerprints and whatnot. Now I don't need to get through all of these pins before the restock because I'm not going to sell out of all of them right away. Like the 100 Lunamoths I have, that's probably good for now. I could do another 50 to play it safe. I guess we'll just see how much time I end up having. But yeah, I feel like 100 of each should be good for now. And then I'll have to get to the rest later. See, when I'm wearing the gloves, it's annoying doing this part. Like I can't really maneuver these that well. That's why I was just flipping them over without putting the clutches back on. I mean, it's doable, it's doable. Oh, I think they're back. It's now Wednesday. Christian's parents took off first thing this morning. And the first thing I'm going to do today is make the packaging for the rad backs. So I have a bunch of little zip baggies. And I want to make a cardstock backing card that the magnetic pin backs sit in front of. The thing is, I don't have a ton of this really small size. I have this bag here, and that's all I can find for teeny tiny, because my pins I get nowadays are bigger, so they come in bigger sleeves. So maybe I can make the backing card to fit this one, and then I can just scale it down for the smaller bags. Because I would like to use up these smaller ones first, and then I can get to these. Because if you have two in here, it looks like almost nothing. And I'm debating whether or not to sell two set sizes, so maybe I can do like a 2-pack and like a 6-pack or something, I don't know. So to start, let's measure this 6 centimeters by 7, and I'll want it to be a little smaller than that. I'm actually gonna make it exactly 6 by 7, and then when I go to cut these out, I have a bigger margin of error, because I'll probably just use my guillotine to cut them out. So this way we have a bit of a bleed. Okay, I did that in like 2 seconds. I just added the text, and then I went with the galaxy background because I feel like it kind of matches the clutches, and it's something I already have. Throwback to the Bumble Baylee days. So now I can try printing those out. I'm just nervous because this laser printer actually really sucks for photos, and it's tempting me to get an inkjet printer. I just don't know how often I would use an inkjet printer. It would be nice because I could make backup freebie stickers if I need some. I want to make playing card score sheets, like notepads, homemade notepads, because I've done that before, and my family's running out of the score-keeping cards. Plus I would like to make different ones for different games, and so I would like a printer for that. That works well. And things like this, where I want to do a bit of custom packaging myself, it would be nice. So we'll see. I'm thinking about it. Excuse me. Whoa, what the? It's vibrant. It's not the right colors, and it's a little stripy, but I mean, that's okay. It feels like it's missing the greenish hue, and the purple's not very bright, but the blue, very bright. It'll have to do. The side lighting from the window is really messing me up. It's making it look like I'm closer to the edge than I am, although I do need to cut off a little extra, you know. I'm not trying to do super precise cuts. I need to cut off more than I usually would. They're cut. They're not all the same size. Some of them feel big though. Let's see. Well, actually, maybe they're fine. I maybe even cut them smaller than they need to be, but I need to get them past the Ziploc part, so I want them to be a little smaller than the actual sleeve. But yeah, I maybe was cutting too much off. I thought I needed quite a big cut chunk, but no. Now for these. Hey, get in there. Alright. Okay. Oh cute, oh cute. And then we stick the clutches in. Let's make a full set here. So there would be 2 per set. They're obviously gonna magnetize together, so it's gonna look like one thing. Ta-da! See, this little small baggie's the perfect size, but I don't have that many of them. See, I could do a 6-pack like this and the bigger ones. I often don't do packaging for my items, but for something like this, I feel like it kind of needs it. Because if it was just in the Ziploc bag alone, it would look silly. So there you have it. Let's make more. I decided I want the big packs to be sets of 8. So that's what those would look like. And that. So fun. That's the one thing I miss out on the way I do packaging is I don't get that clear cello bag look to my products because I use paper glassine sleeves. And I don't have my items pre-packaged in sleeves. They're just sitting loose like all the notepads and stuff, and they get combined into one sleeve or however many I need. Like not each thing needs to be individually packaged. But also when it is in a sleeve, it's not the cutest because it's not see-through. It's a little see-through, but not like a clear cello bag. Some stuff comes in cello bags like these, so I just leave them in there. So seeing this is making me giddy, even though it's not the same material as a cello bag. It's like a different kind of plastic. So it's not as clean looking, but it's still just very exciting to me. Excuse me, what is going on over here? A little minouche has invaded my pin packing station. Getting it full of fur that I'm gonna have to get rid of. Minouche. Oh, but she's so cute. She can do whatever she wants. Okay, let's print some more. Slightly different page configuration. We can actually see the printer this time without a Kiki there. Here's how much I've gotten done so far. I do need to do more, but I don't want to spend too much time on any one task because I have a lot to do, and this is something that doesn't have to be done before the shop update. Things like photos and the barcoding, that kind of stuff does need to be done beforehand. Although photos I'm doing tomorrow. But I'm gonna set this aside to do the barcodes. Okay, so I'm using this barcode generator. It's labeltech.com/barcode-generator. Code 128, and so I do have a barcode already for the Luna pin, but not for the bead rate. So let's go Luna pin bead. Let's change the height. I don't actually know exactly the settings I had before. I think I maxed out width and height. Font size all the way up. So it's Luna pin B. I'm trying to keep the text as short as possible because the more text there is, the more barcode lines you have. And that's how it's printed. Looks pretty good. Now for Halloween Cat's pin B. Now for the zips, it's going to take me a little longer because each size needs its own barcode and there are 3 different colors. Well, at most 3 colors per size. There's more than 3 colors because there's also navy. Barcodes are now done. These long strips are for the clothing, and then this is for everything else. The pins and the rad backs. Okay, edit vlog so far. We moved the product photo thing. Build some clutch sets. I mean, I'm sort of still working on that. I did the barcodes. I want to grade 50 cat pins. So I have to finish off the batch of 50 I'm currently working on and then do another 50, and then I can go back to the clutches. Not just the magnetic clutches, but the regular locking ones. I need to make some sets of those too. Now, I got a suggestion about these barcode labels to put masking tape underneath it because they're very sticky and I'm going to have a hard time peeling them off of these. And the way I've done it so far is I had a different label there taped on and I just stuck my barcodes on top of it. So those should hopefully be quite removable. But for something like this, let's slap on some masking tape. That's a bit narrower than my label, but that's okay. Should hopefully still work all right. Hellcat's pins B. Maybe the tape should have been a little longer so I could grab a tab, but there's a little piece sticking out. I'm sure I could still remove that, but that's how that looks. So thanks for that tip.
The fall is coming, I can feel it. The breeze brings goosebumps to my skin. Tonight the whiskey feels stronger. Gasoline on hidden desires. So I'll throw
So this bag is actually pretty good. We only have 6 B grades out of the 50. Ho ho ho. Okay, now let's make up some sets of the locking clutches. Just do this for a little bit, and then I'm going to try to get in more editing today, just so I don't have too much for tomorrow. Also, this might not be a good surface to do this on. Well, maybe. I don't want it to stick too much because it might be hard to slide them over. So it's now Thursday, and I may have just fixed a toilet. Bay Plumber is on the scene. The toilet down here has been slowly leaking water, and so the tank is constantly refilling, and so I figured, oh, I probably have to replace something inside the toilet. And I looked up videos of how to replace the inner mechanisms, but I did not have to do that. If I do end up having to do that, I know how to do it now. It looks really easy. You just buy the parts for cheap, and like the middle part is just like a twist and turn, and then the other piece does need a wrench, but it's very straightforward. Anyway, I went to shut off the water to the toilet, and I turned it probably close to 3 rotations, and I could still hear the water coming in, and I was like, I think I just turned the water on more than it was. So I turn it the other way and it shuts off, and I was like, oh, well maybe that was the problem, because the water valve leading to the toilet was mostly off. It only spins about 3 full rotations in either direction, and so it was close to 3 rotations towards the off direction. So not enough water was coming in to push the little flapper thing up. And I squirted some toilet bowl cleaner along the back to see if water was still trickling into the bowl, and there's nothing. It's solid blue still. It's been like 30 minutes. So I think I fixed it. Oh, also, thumb update. I snipped off more of the skin with my nail clippers because it was sticking up a little bit. It's kind of sticking up again now. I can't just clip it off endlessly, but I've clipped it enough that there's no more brown on my thumb. It's gone, so I should be set. I don't think that is gonna grow back. I'll show you what it looks like. Just a chunk of skin missing. It's pretty sensitive, but not too bad. It's the best it's felt so far, and I'm going without a band-aid today, so yeah. She's finally on the mend. Oh, and I'll show you the arm one, because I'm wearing a good shirt to show you. Oh my god, I still have band-aid rash. I haven't put a band-aid on this in a couple days. It's funny because it almost looks like the brown spot is still there, but that's just the middle where the wound hadn't fully closed over at first. But yeah, it's just very pink around it. So I'm not sure if that redness will go away over time, but that's what that's looking like. So now, yeah, let's get to product photography. I specifically wore this outfit for the photos because this is exactly what I was wearing in the brown sweater photos, but I need to get photos of the two greens, and so that's why I wore the tank with the black leggings. So because I couldn't get all the stock I wanted in the brown color, I had some in military green, but then I couldn't get all the ones I wanted in military green, so I also got a forest green. So this is kind of a yellowish green. That's the military green. And then the forest green is more bluish. Side-by-side comparison. The forest green is also heathered, so it's got the little white bits throughout. Do you see that? How this one's more solid color, and this has the little flecks of white throughout. So that's the difference between the two. And I'm opening these up because I need to wear them for the photos. Personally, I like the military green a bit better, but the orange really pops on this because of the bluish tones in it. It's a bluish green instead of a yellowy green, you know? So the orange really pops on that forest color. That's how it looks on there. The color is not going to be completely accurate because my vlogs are not perfectly color accurate. And then they have the Baylee J name stitched on the back hip. Which side is it? This side. Embroidered on right there. I like to take my apparel photos with my phone. I do the rest of the photos with the vlog camera, my Canon M50. But this is nice for the clothing, and I like to use the back camera now, so I have this little screen that I can mirror the screen to so I can actually see what I'm filming with my back camera. And I don't think I've ever showed this setup because I was doing all kinds of things to try to adapt this to stick on the back of my phone. But if the phone's on a tripod, it needs to be attached separately somehow. So this is the magnetic piece that came with it, and I realized I have this phone clamp that has two ends you can screw onto. So this part is screwed to my adapter for my tripod, and then this end screws in to the screen holder. And that will be wireless when it's done charging, but that just snaps on here. Ooh, easy rear camera photos. It's also handy for filming vertical videos like TikToks and such, except if you're gonna do a bunch of small clips that you add together because you have to like turn everything on and connect it to do the screen mirroring every time. But if you're just gonna like set up the camera and film one thing, it's so handy. But I feel like the biggest benefit to me personally has been for the product photos. That's been great. And speaking of TikToks, I gotta get back on my TikTok game. With the shop update keeping me so busy, my social media got so neglected, other than YouTube, because YouTube's always my priority. But everything else falls to the wayside when I get busy, and so it's been a while since I've posted. Kiki, where are you? Why are you crying? Wait, wait, are you in the embroidery room? Oh, baby! Oh, I'm so sorry. How did you sneak in there? Oh, no wonder she was crying. Oh, poor baby. Let's fully latch that. So the screen is now mirroring. It's not super bright, and it's kind of bluish. It kind of sucks, actually, but it does the trick. Okay. And then I have my phone stylus. I can push the button on it to act as the shutter. I kind of like the arm cross photo I have to really show off the sleeves. Okay, maybe not cleavage though. My hair's all caught in the zipper. I like to lift my chin up high because I crop it around there and I don't really want my face visible. I just realized I was on video mode and none of those pictures actually took. Okay. Okay, hopefully those are good. Wait, no photos took. What is going on? My pen is not connected somehow. Ah! Can you not? These are not toys. Now, I'm not setting up my big photography cube because that involves taking out the lights and everything. It's a whole setup. I don't want to do that for just the sweaters. So I've laid down a piece of yellow card and we'll just start taking photos on that. I just need some close-ups of the sleeves and things like that, just the details. Okay, photos are taken, but before I edit them, I need to pack orders because I kind of forgot about that. The long weekend has messed with my perception of time, especially because I just had a mail pickup on Tuesday instead of the usual Monday. In my mind, I'm like, we just had a mail pickup, but there's another one. So let's see how many orders I have. So of the 80 open orders I have, 75 of them still have holds on them, so I have 5 to pack. The holds are supposed to expire after 35 days, so if you don't place your second order within that time, I will send it out. But I'm extending it a little bit for the second t-shirt restock. Because originally I thought there would be restock 1 and 2, that's it. So you buy stuff in restock 1 and place a hold to also get stuff from restock number 2. But the shirts went really fast again for restock number 1, so I'm going to be releasing more. We're waiting for the blanks to get here. They should be getting here today, so Christian can start on that tomorrow. And I'm hoping he can get through them within 2 weeks. I think he would because I'm ordering 100. So the first restock was 150. The second restock I'm doing 100 of the kitty pocket tees. And hopefully that's enough, but that's what we'll start with. So yeah, it'll take him for sure under 2 weeks to do that. So I won't release any holds until the shirts are out, but once those orders are all packed, if there's any orders left over that still have holds on them, I'm just shipping them. Because some people might have forgotten they placed an order and placed a hold on it, and so at some point I have to just release them and send them out. And then I'm taking the hold feature off of the website. It was just kind of a short-term special situation where I had that active, but it's not going to be something that's permanently on the site. Baby? Baby? What are you doing? Hello? I see you. So this first order is for Lynn. What are you doing up here, Kiki? Lynn's getting a blank white straub sketchbook. Kiki, will you bless it? Oh, yes. Oh, let me turn that volume down. Yeah, it put itself back at 100% for that tab. Let's bring it down to 30%. So, flat square box. Thank you card. Freebie sticker. Get back in there, you. Diane is getting Halloween cat sticker. 2 of the Fall Florals B grade Washis. And Floral Cat's weekly planner pad. And this next order is for Taylor, the Meeting Art Print Cauldron Cutie sticker, Thicker Treat Washi tape, Squeaky Seamstress large, 3 bunnies shirt, let me go grab that, B grade Halloween Cat Sketchbook Cream, Halloween Cat sticker sheet, 2 of the Halloween Cat stickers, 2 Halloween Cats washi, 2 of the B grade fall florals. I think I need to grab more of that. Okay, 2 of these. Halloween Cat Spiral Notebook, Midnight Rain Sticker Mat, and 2 Strawberry Budget Sticky Notes. Okay, whoa, look at all this. This next one's for Katarina. We have a white strawberry sketchbook, a discount dot grid white cats. Oh, I don't have any on the shelf. I gotta go grab a new box. Strawberry notepad. And strawberry budget sticky note. Halloween Cats notepad. Halloween Cat sticker. Okay. That is gonna need this box. Book. Chipboard. Protect, and then the rest of the stuff. Thank you, freebie. Yeah, I take it that's the end of the roll. The last order had just enough tape left on the roll. Like, look at that little sliver of brown left. That means we're on the last roll till we go back to Tulip Garland. Oh. Oh! See the other tape I get? The better tape? Doesn't have this issue. Pretty kitty alert! Pretty kitty alert! Oh, look. I need that chair. I need to edit the photos now, Kiki. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. Maybe I'll try to sit in front of her, but she doesn't like that the way Midna does. Baby, a little butt baby. She looks like she's gonna run away, the little butt baby. She's like, oh, but these pets are really nice. You can keep petting me, actually. Okay, the photos are done. The hardest part is trying to get accurate color because it's a struggle. I tried my best. The full body ones were especially difficult. The phone photos, because the color just looked so wrong and so desaturated. But all in all, not too bad. I can tell that's not as good of lighting as usual on this stuff, but honestly, not too bad. Didn't have to do that whole big setup. I am going to do a small setup for the rad bags because I haven't photographed those yet. Here's the military green. The first one was the forest green. Yeah, obviously I'm filming a screen with my camera. It's not going to look accurate, but that's what it is. So I do have more photos to take of the rad backs, but I want to open up a shipment that came in. I think it's the Washi reprint. Ooh, okay, they look good. So I had a misprint where the design was too narrow on the washi and there's a bunch of clear space on the side. And so I'm selling those at half off if you're interested in those, but just got in more of the proper stuff. So we've got the fall floral design and it's a clear washi. And same with this one, also clear washi of the tulip garland. So that's a relief. Woohoo! And that arrived just in time for tomorrow's restock. That's actually insane how that worked out. So I'll have to do some inventory for that when I set up the listings. And speaking of inventory, the zip inventory was all wrong, and luckily I noticed that before tomorrow, otherwise that would have been disastrous. Christian had mixed up some of the values for brown and military green, and so for example for 2XLs there's no brown, there's only military green. There's 14 of them, but it was listed as 14 brown. So when I was printing off the barcodes yesterday, I printed it according to what he gave me, but today I was digging around in those bins and I was like, something's not right here. I noticed we had 2 large browns because I thought we only had 1, but one of them must have been a spare left over from last time. And then I was looking at the chart and I'm like, this says there's 7 browns. And so I had Christian come down and fix everything because the smalls were also off. So now all the inventory is good and I printed off new barcode stickers and all the stickers are on. So crisis averted, because could you imagine if I sold 14 2XL zips that I did not have in that color? I'd have to email every person and be like, do you want green or do you want a refund? Like that would be awful. Plus the other sizes as well that were messed up. So it should all be good now. And now that I have the photos, I can build the listings, but I'll probably do the rad back photos first just to finish that all off before I do all the listing stuff. It's also my turn to cook supper and I have to finish the vlog edit. So it's probably gonna be a late night for me. Oh my gosh, the sheer beauty. The camera can't even capture how beautiful this looks. The fall colors, the light reflecting off the water, the leaves in the grass. Oh, it's fall. Although the leaves are falling too fast. Stop. Fall is too short. Just look at the beautiful colors. Look. Oh my gosh. And speaking of fall, I have not decorated for fall or Halloween yet. Usually I decorate for fall in September, and then in October I add the Halloween decorations to it, but I have yet to do either of those things. The fall thing just completely slipped my mind. I think I was so busy with shop stuff, and then Halloween has been on my mind, but I just haven't gotten to it, I guess. I'm sure there were opportunities I could have, but I just forgot. So I don't know if I'm going to decorate too hard this year because it's only going to be up for like 12 days, assuming I decorate tomorrow. We'll see. I gotta at least decorate the front of the house, you know, like outside and around the front door, what the trick-or-treaters see. And I gotta put some stuff in the backyard because a lot of people walk by the backyard. I can't find the small photography box. Is it even in this room? I thought it was in here, but I'm struggling to locate it. I have some photography stuff down here, but I don't see it. Wait, I see it. It's hiding in the shadows. Ta-da! Little photography box. This one's got a built-in light, so it's pretty easy. Although I still would like some kind of front lighting. I might just angle this towards the window and hope that's enough. I actually got some great photos of the rad backs using my camera's flash as the front light source, because usually the flash makes things look really bad, at least for my product photos. But it worked out for this. I think I have all my listings up and ready to go. I've updated even the enamel pin stock, and I have the items scheduled to go live, so the shop is not actually going offline where it gives you the password page. It's just going to automatically add those items at 10 in the morning. And this is a good time to test that because I don't have that many products scheduled. So if something goes wrong, I can hop in and fix it. I also updated this graphic because it had the brown sweatshirt like that, and since that one's sold out, I've replaced it with one that is in stock. And now I need to wrap up this edit, so I'm ending the vlog. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one.